Are you thinking about buying your very first home? Well, there are some important things you should be aware of as a first-time home buyer to eliminate first-time home buyer mistakes. Here to explain is our real estate expert, Monte Mohr. Monte, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for the privilege, Casey.
All right, let's get right to the first question.
Yes, we've got a good one.
This comes from Lauren out in Franklin. So she writes in and says, so I just moved to Middle Tennessee to go to school at Belmont, and I'm a first-time home buyer. I'm a little scared and not sure where to start the process. So what should I do first? I've heard a lot of war stories and don't want to make any mistakes when buying my first home. Please help. Now, Monte, first you say be sure to find a good experienced tour guide that you trust. That's
really a crucial issue, Casey. I see so many times somebody just goes with the agent on a sign that they call, or no criteria at all. You know, you'd never go to a doctor or an attorney or something important in your life with no more homework than that. I had back surgery just a few months ago. I did my homework, and now I've got great results. I got my life back because my back's all better. The same thing with buying a home. There's so many variables, and when you're a first-time buyer, all you're looking for is the house. You don't know all the details, all the potential wolves in the corners and so forth. So make sure you get a very qualified, very experienced tour guide that not only do you have good connection with, because it is a process of months, but somebody that you know has been there and has your best interest at heart.
Right, and and it's almost always the biggest purchase someone makes.
It is. It's most huge. It's the biggest one. So always spend the time, do your homework, get the right person.
Exactly. Good tips. Okay, number 2, you say get pre-approved with your chosen tour guide's favorite lender. Tell us about that.
Well, first of all, it's important to get approved so that you look more like a cash buyer. You're ready to buy. But more importantly is all lenders aren't created equal. Listen to the person who's doing this every day, the person that you trust in this process. They've had good experiences with a few lenders, and they're going to make some recommendations. Listen to them.
Right. They do this every day.
That's right.
All right. Now, number 3, you say be prepared to buy with selling in mind. I've heard this before. You know, you really have to look for those things when you're buying, which you want to think about buying, but you actually have to think about selling.
You know, as a first-time buyer, that's all you're interested in is finding that first home. But someday you're going to want to sell. And once again, a good tour guide is going to stop you from hopefully stop you from making a mistake. Just recently, I was with a young man who's all excited about buying a home, but then he asked me what my thoughts were. And I said, well, here's why I wouldn't buy this home. And I pointed out some things that are going to keep him from selling the home. You know, recently I had to sell a round home. I can't tell you how hard that was. A round home. You know, the guy who built it thought it was wonderful, but it's a tough sale.
Exactly.
It's a tough
Not
sale.
many people out there looking for a
So
round
always
home.
buy with selling in mind.
Good tip there. Okay, last tip is make any offers contingent upon. Now, explain that.
Well, when you put a contract on a home, you're going to have some earnest money down, $500,000, $2,000, something like that. You'll always get that money back if you make it contingent upon criteria that have to be met. First of all, a successful inspection. Make sure you've got a scrutinizing inspector and looking at that home from top to bottom. Second thing, make sure it's contingent upon a satisfactory appraisal, that a home appraises for the sales price or greater. The next thing, that you get the satisfactory financing. Crucial part of it. If those things don't happen correctly, then you'll get your money back.
Right, important.
That's really important.
There. Good information. Yes. All right, let's take a look at our happy customers.
We have a couple of really good ones. The first one is Brady Pope. Brady moved here from out of state with his family. He was looking for something unique. He wanted a property that he could live on one half and rent the other side. We found something even better, Casey. We found one that he had two apartments that he could rent, and now he lives there for free.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
2 thumbs up for
yes,
Monte. I love it.
He was excited about that. Our next one is not a first-time buyer, but a first-time seller. This precious lady, Eloise O'Neill, precious lady. She lived in her home for 54 years. She and her husband of 66 and a half years. They raised 4 wonderful children. I heard they raised half of the neighborhood as well. I want to give a shout out to Eloise. Eloise, I love you. Thank you so much for that hug at closing.
Oh, she is precious.
Precious lady.
Precious
lady.
Thank you, Monte, so much for joining us. Hey, if you need help buying or selling your home, call the Mohr Group at 615-376-4500, or to reach Monte directly, you can call 615-300-8393. We also have a link to the website NashvilleRealEstateAdvisor.com on the More at Midday section of WSMV.com.